welcome to today's session. We are very, very excited about it, and we're going to ask our hosting school to start the session. Thank you.
Okay, thanks Jasmane for welcoming us. Good day and welcome to everyone else that's joining in with us today. As we all know, it is our second Student Hub session, and with an interesting theme of today, we have a theme of what's your culture? Now, best believe that today is going to be full of learning and better yet, so much fun.
But before we get into that, there are a few house rules, but relax. It's not one of those family meetings. We just kindly ask that you set your microphone to mute when you are not speaking, as it may cause a bit of disruption. Listen when others speak. You can use non-verbal clues to indicate tribute, such as thumbs up and clapping of hands. Also, we like to see smiley faces, so please try to keep your videos on. However, if you do have connectivity issues, you may switch it off and only switch it on when you are speaking. Most importantly, be conscious of time, as each school has 8 to 10 minutes to share their items.
Thank you. So, okay, as we promised, the house rules would be quick. Now, with special regards, we would also like to warmly welcome our guests of today. So first up, we have Madam Abhilasha Singh, who is the principal of Shining Star School in Abu Dhabi. And then we have Madam Bushra Afreen, the academic coordinator at Shining Star School in Abu Dhabi. And we also have Mr. John Bromfield, whom we saw earlier on, who is the head of education at the Global School Alliance in the UK. And also we have Madam Bushra Afreen. So as well as Meaya, the Global School Alliance Student Ambassadors President in Vietnam. Now, because today will be filled with a whole lot of interesting facts, as an icebreaker, your two hostesses, myself, Iman Ibnuf, and Esther Kulu, decided to share a few fun and interesting tips with you guys as well.
So, did you know that Mona Lisa has no eyebrows?
I had no idea. Honestly, I had no idea Mona Lisa had no eyebrows. But did you know that Coca-Cola was originally green at first and not red?
Interesting. Well, did you know that the most common name in the world is Muhammad?
Wow, wow. And last but not least, I'm sure this is not a surprising fact, but did you know that women blink nearly twice as much as men do? I don't think that's a surprise at all.
First up, we have the SMK Sdn Samudera School in Malaysia. Please give them a round of applause.
So are you guys ready? The SMK Sdn Samudera School in Malaysia?
Yes, we are ready.
Okay,
Hello.
let's give them another round of applause, guys.
Hey.
Lauren, are you there?
Yes, we can hear you loud and clear.
Hello everyone, I am Ain Ishira. We are from SMK Sri Samudra, and today we would like to share about our culture. So Malaysians are an epitome of ABC. ABC stands for Ais Batu Campur. It is a Malaysian dessert that is basically ice mixed with various of syrups. So why I said like that? This is because we are A, assortment of cultures, B, blended by one spirit, and C, complete. So the culture from our perspective that we would like to share on today is language and dance and custom and etiquette. Now, let's moving on to the first presenter.
Thank you, Anisha, for the introduction. I am Abdul Halim. So, in my slide, I will be telling you how to say hi in 5 most spoken languages in Malaysia. On the top left, you can see the national language of Malaysia, which is Malay. It is pronounced as apa khabar. Apart from being one of the 2 official languages, it is spoken by over 80% of the population. The second official language of Malaysia is English, which on the top right, it says hello. Apart from that, on the bottom right, you can read the word ni hao in Mandarin, which is spoken by the Chinese in Malaysian, and also by equal number of the country population for other races as well. Along with the Chinese, in the bottom, you can see the word Vanakkam, which is in Tamil, spoken by the Indians as their native language. For the last one, on the bottom left, you can see the word Kopi Vosin, which is in Kadazan. This is the most widely spoken indigenous language in Malaysia by the Kadazanese. So that's all for my presentation. I will pass the slot to the next presenter. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Halim. Hello, guys. My name is Shamini Arina. There are many more delicious Malaysian dishes to try, but here are my top 3 dishes which I think you should try when you visit Malaysia. Possibly the national dish of Malaysian and beloved by all local Malaysians is a dish known as nasi lemak. The most basic version is just a pocket of rice topped with sambal, perhaps a hard-boiled egg on the side, and wrapped up in a banana leaf. I especially love sambal sotong, which we call it squid in chili curry, and a fried egg on the side. On the other hand, if you really want to relate and make a Malaysian feel at home, start a conversation about char kway teow. The dish includes white rice noodles, which are stir-fried on high head with shrimp, bean sprout, chives, and often an egg. Char kway teow is so yummy. I bet you will order another plate after finishing your first. Last but not least, banana leaf, as is commonly known, is a local favorite. You go to Malaysia banana leaf restaurants, sit down at a table with a banana leaf as your plate, and it doesn't take long before the waiter gives you a giant scoop of rice and a round of incredibly tasty vegetarian curries. No utensils are needed to eat banana leaf. You just go in with your fingers and devour. That's all from me. Moving on to our next presenter, Ms. Ami.
Hi, my name is Not Amni Rashida. Now I'm going to present to you the traditional costume in Malaysia. Right here we have baju kurung, which is worn by the Malays. After that we have cheongsam, worn by the Chinese. And we have sari, worn by the Indians. And kadazan penampang by the Kadazanese. The Indians also wear Punjabi suit. After that, we have kain kebat, which is worn by the Ibans. After that, lastly, we have badu sipak, which is worn by the Bajaus. Moving on to our next presenter, Yuvan.
Thank you, Amni. I am Yuvan, and today I would like to share about the festivals in Malaysia. So first of all, I'm so happy because we are celebrating these festivals throughout the year. So first, Malay will celebrate Eid Mubarak and Eid Adha. Chinese will celebrate Chinese New Year and Cap Gome. Indian will celebrate Deepavali and Thaipusam. Iban and Bidayu will celebrate Gawai Dayak. And finally, Kadasan Dusun will celebrate Kaamatan. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Yuvan. Hello, everyone. My name is Khadija Kalisha. I am going to share with you about music and dance in Malaysia. There, I have listed some of example of music in Malaysia. So, For Malays, we listen to Dondang Sayang and Dikir Barat. The Indians must be thrilled when it comes to Urimi Melam and Bhangra. Well, I must say that the Chinese music has the most beautiful harmony, such as the Xiao Pongo and the Tonghua song. Last but not least, the indigenous people, they had produced a very extraordinary music genre, which people would call it the voice of nature. For example, the Mak Mina Anggung and the Daling Daling song. Next, there are various types of dance followed by each ethnic in Malaysia, such as Joget for Malays, the Bharatanatyam performed by the Indians, Sumazau by the Kadazan Dusuns, and the Sewang dance which originated by Orang Asli. That's all from me. Moving on to the next presenter. Thank you.
Thank you, Khadija. Hi, I am Lisa. So today I am going to talk about Malaysian custom and etiquette. So there I have listed some of the custom and etiquette in Malaysia. But today I am going to highlight the unique custom and etiquette in Malaysia. So the first one is avoid touching or passing objects over the top of someone's head. This is because our head is considered as the most sacred part of the body. Next, gifts should not be opened immediately when they are received or in front of the giver, because this will avoid the giver from being offended. And last but not least, women abstain after giving birth for about 44 days to heal and restore energy and health within a certain period of time. That's all from us, the presenters from SMK Seri Samudra. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone.
Thank you so much. Wow.
Wow, that was amazing. From the food to the clothing to the dancing. I guess I have to get my dancing shoes on and try some more. Next up.
So I hope that you guys are still comfortable, and as you can see, we have the ball rolling. First up, we had the amazing school giving us interesting facts that I'm sure many of us did not know about the school in Malaysia. And once again, I say thank you. And now we move on to our second school, which is the Xavier School, situated in Philippines. So let's all give them a warm round of applause, please.
The thing I probably love about the Philippines is how they have their own entertainment that is completely different from all other countries. They have their own art, literacy, and music. What's not to love about the Philippines?
I am most proud of the Filipinos' optimism and how the Filipinos always remain positive despite whatever situation they are in. Optimism is the value wherein we look on the brighter side of things and think positively. This trait is present in the Filipinos, as they will always do everything with a smile and give out a sense of happiness.
There are so many things to love about the Filipinos, but if I had to choose just one, I would choose our sense of hospitality. Filipinos are known to be very hospitable people. This is what sets us apart and makes us unique. Our warmth and friendliness radiate all over when you are in our company. We welcome anyone with open arms and a smile. Truly, one can never feel like an outsider in the company of Filipinos.
I love the Philippines for two main reasons. First, our country is blessed with an abundance of natural resources. The best beaches, rainforests, and mountaintops. Second, and most importantly, what really defines the Philippines is its people, the Filipinos. We are known for our hospitality, for our resilience, and for our smile. A typhoon can wipe out our houses, and we'll still be smiling, full of hope.
Hi, as a young Filipino student, I am fascinated by the unique and interesting Filipino street games. My favorite is Patintero. It's basically a game of tag between two teams, and the goal is to pass by the opposing team and get back again without getting tagged. Here's a picture of how patintero is done.
One of the many traditional values that set Filipinos apart from other cultures is the strong sense of family. Sure, everyone will work hard to provide for their families, but Filipinos will even go as far as venturing overseas if it means giving their loved ones a better future. Today, 1 out of 10 Filipinos work abroad. Did you know that the Philippines is the biggest supplier of nurses worldwide?
Bayanihan is the Filipino trait I am most proud of. Bayanihan is a Filipino word that means working together in the community to accomplish a difficult task. Bayanihan is traced back to our ancestors' tradition, where townspeople would help their neighbor move into a new place by carrying the entire house or bahay kubo into its new location. During this time of pandemic, the Bayanihan spirit is alive more than ever, as we continue the Filipino virtue of helping one another without expecting anything in return. An example of this is the community pantry, which is a street food bank that was started by one Filipina who wanted to feed her hungry countrymen and victims of this pandemic.
Manila, Manila, I keep coming back to Manila.
Wow. Absolutely beautiful, and I can clearly see that the Filipino community is so united, and that is such a beautiful positive message to spread around the world. And it's just so beautiful to see the positivity, and I must say I love the festivals. It seems like so much fun. So thank you guys once again. That was an amazing presentation. Thank you.
We're actually we're not really done yet. So I hope you enjoyed our short video presentation. For some trivia to see how well you know the Philippines. First, an iconic symbol of the Philippines is these colorfully painted jeepneys you see plying our roads. Can anyone tell me which of these colonizers inspired the jeepney? Was it A, Spaniards, B, Americans, or C, Japanese? Please type your answers in the chat box. And the correct answer is B. These jeepneys used to be surplus army jeeps that the Americans left after World War II. With Filipino ingenuity, these jeeps were remodeled to accommodate more passengers and cargos. Moving on, many have billed the Banaue rice terraces as the 8th wonder of the world. Who can tell me whether these are A, man-made structures, or B, natural wonders? Feel free to type your guesses in the chat box. And the correct answer is A. Our Ifugao ancestors carved these terraces more than 2,000 years ago with their bare hands and crude tools to create steps in the hills for planting rice. This UNESCO World Heritage Site shows the industriousness, patience, and engineering genius of our ancestors. Next, the Sinulog Festival is one of our grandest and most colorful festivals. It celebrates the birth of Christianity in our country. When the Spanish expedition led by Ferdinand Magellan landed in Cebu, he converted Rajo Humabon and his wife, Hara Amihan, along with their followers. So what did he give Hara Amihan as a baptismal gift? Is it A, rosary, B, cross, or C, Santa Niño, which is an image of the child Jesus? Chat box, please. And the correct answer is C. Today, Filipinos are so deeply religious that we have the 3rd largest Catholic population in the world. Moving on, the Philippine eagle, nicknamed monkey-eating eagle, is one of the largest and rarest eagles in the world. But do they really eat monkeys? Please type A if yes and B if no. And the correct answer is yes, they do eat monkeys, but not exclusively. They also feed on other animals. As a national bird, Its strength and love for freedom exemplifies the Filipino spirit when it comes to independence and democracy against colonizers and dictators. Next, no big Filipino gathering, from birthdays, fiestas, wedding to Christmas, is complete without the lechon or suckling pig. Yum! Who here knows how Filipinos cook the lechon? Is it A, roasted on the ground, B, roasted skewered on a stick, or C, deep fried? Again, chat box please. And the correct answer is B. For Filipinos, lechon symbolizes the bond that brings families and friends together during important occasions. At this point, I'll hand you over to Massey for additional fun facts about the Philippines.
Thank you very much, Rally. Moving on, let's talk about topography. The Philippines is actually one of the world's largest archipelagos. How many islands are exactly in the Philippines? Is it A, 7,107, B, 7,641, or C, 7,700? And the correct answer is B, 7,641 islands. Most of these islands are unnamed on international maps. In fact, only 2,000 of these islands are even inhabited. Locals might know their way around the island they grew up on, but most outsider knowledge of these islands are pretty limited. Next up, let's talk about Manila, the nation's bustling capital city. It is one of the most populated cities in the world. As a trivia, the Philippines is what's known as A, the land of smiles, B, the rising sun, or C, the Pearl of the Orient. The correct answer is C, the Pearl of the Orient. Named after the lag plant, which is a flowering mangrove plant that grew on the shores of Manila Bay, the city of Manila was tagged Pearl of the Orient in the 50s because it was known as Southeast Asia's beautiful and progressive hidden gem. To continue, we will take a look at basketball, a sport that is like a way of life for most Filipinos, young or old. When do you think basketball was first introduced in the Philippines? Is it A, during the Spanish occupation, B, during the American occupation, or C, during the Japanese occupation? Let's find out the correct answer. It is B, during the American occupation. Did you know Filipinos are crazy about this team sport? It's not unusual to see makeshift basketball hoops and courts even in the most remote and rural areas here in the Philippines. The professional league here in the Philippines, which is known as the Philippine Basketball Association, is the second oldest in the world, just after the famous NBA. Moving on, to give you an idea of how festive and religious the Filipinos are, did you know that the Philippines has the world's longest Christmas season? But first, let's find out how long it is exactly. In which months do Filipinos celebrate Christmas? Is it A, September to December, B, August to December, or C, October to January? And the answer is A, September to December, which is a total of 4 months. Can you believe it? Some countries like Spain aren't even as long as a month. During the Burr months, Christmas parades boom through neighborhoods and villages of Metro Manila. A wonderful display of fairy lights lines the street and spectacular decorations will leave anyone in awe. Well, that marks the end of our trivia game. We hope you enjoyed answering all the questions, but more than that, we hope you enjoyed learning more about our wonderful country. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Massimo. Thank you to the Services School. That was really interesting and we did learn a lot, definitely. I'd also just like to touch on the interaction from the crowd though, the participants, everybody that's watching us. I see the chats are booming and I absolutely appreciate that. Let's keep it going.
Also, in Malaysia, the next thing that's coming up, we have the Essence Science Cutting School. Please, let's give them a warm round of applause.
Are you guys ready?
Right. Assalamualaikum. My name is Nurkainisa Nabila, or as we say in Bahasa Sarawak, nama kami Khairunisa.
Kopi sangan min sosodop ngaran oku Shein.
Salamat min sosodop. Ngaranku Brennan.
Hai soingan adonaku Desiliana Paul.
Hello everybody, my name is Angelina and we from Sekolah Menengah Sains Kuching, Sarawak, Malaysia will be presenting a bit more about Malaysia in Borneo, like Sabah, the land below the winds, and Sarawak, the land of the hornbills. Aside from the other five just now, we have one more participant, Faustina Singai, who is also Bidayo. I think she has an internet problem, so you'll see her more in the video I'm about to present. So please listen attentively and enjoy the video I'm going to present later.
So I will introduce myself in my own language. Hai, selamat bumi, adon oku Faustina Singai, oku Senbao.
Sorry for the delay, but then for the share contents, I can't actually share whatever is in iMovie because our video is in iMovie. I didn't bring it to the iCloud drive, so it's gonna take a while to put it over there. The last time we did the meeting, I can share the screen, but right now I cannot.
All right, can we just offer you a solution? What if we put you last on the agenda? We swap schools, go through the schools now. So you announce, can our host just announce the next school after them, and then you will be doing your presentation at the end. Would that be okay? Yes, great. Thank you.
I'm very sorry.
Let's proceed.
Okay, most there's no problem at all. You guys will be up lost, and I hope that you come right with all of your connectivity issues, and I hope that you get the video on there because we are interesting to find out some interesting facts from you guys as well. But following, as we move on, we have the Sarala Berla Gyan Jyoti School in India. Please don't mind the way I'm saying it. I hope I said it in the best way that I could. Let's give them a warm round of applause. Thank you.
Thank you so much. I would now like to present the presentation. A very warm greetings. My name is Shrestha De, and I, on behalf of Team India from Sarla Birla Gyan Jyoti, welcome you to visualize a short presentation on our very own Indian culture. Bharat, the land of tricolor. In Hindi language, India is called as Bharat, and we the people as Bharatiya. The national flag of India is composed of 3 colors, which has its own significance. Saffron signifies sacrifice and courage. White signifies peace and harmony, while green signifies prosperity and vibrant life. This is the glimpse of the members of Team India. Come, let's now enjoy a beautiful folk song from the Indian state of Assam, performed by Luisa Talukdar. I would now like to hand over the presentation to my fellow teammates who will give you a cultural tour across India.
Thank you so much, Shrestha, for the lovely introduction. So I would like to start what culture actually is. So culture is basically the beliefs and values of the people and the way they think about and understand the world and their own lives.
Different cultures have their own different countries have their own different cultures. So now if we start about the Indian culture, our Indian culture is a blend of diversified cultures of all communities and religions. Indians follow different traditions and customs which unite people of diverse backgrounds together. Now, I would like to hand over the stage to Harshit.
Indian culture have been heavily influenced by the dharmic religions. India is the birthplace of Hinduism, Buddhism, Jainism, and Sikhism, and other religions. India also have variety of language which are spoken in different part of the country. Apart from this, India music, dance, movies, etc. Also known as worldwide.
Thank you so much, Harshit. Now we come to North Indian culture. North Indian culture, it's a diverse culture with different languages, traditions, culture and traditions, and geographical differences. And the diverse culture of North India has paved way for the invaders like Aryans, then Greeks and Afghans to capture different places, different areas, and control over years. And therefore these regions, they represent different cultures, and they live in harmony with each other in North India. Next, coming to the next slide, that is East Indian culture. East Indian culture, the states in East India, they cover a large part of the Chota Nagpur plateau till the coast of Bay of Bengal, and that is why they are rich in minerals. Firstly, coming to West Bengal, it is famous for its, a capital city of Kolkata, which is also known as the city of joy or the cultural capital of India. Secondly, coming to your Jharkhand, it is famous for beautiful waterfalls in the capital city of Ranchi. Thirdly, coming to your Bihar, it is the birthplace of Buddhism, and it is believed that there seated under a tree, a Prince Siddhartha Gautam, and who attained awakening and therefore came to be known as Buddha. And lastly, we come to your Orissa, that is famous for Bhubaneswar, the cities of Bhubaneswar, its capital city, and there it is finely devised with intricately carved sacred temples. Over to you, Lucia.
Thank you so much, Anuja. South Indian culture. The South Indian culture refers to the culture of South Indian states of Andhra Pradesh, Karnataka, Kerala, Tamil Nadu, and Telangana. The rich culture of South India can only truly be experienced by participating in its festivals, savoring its cuisine, knowing its architectural heritage, experiencing the charm of its beaches, and exploring its destinations. Each South Indian state has its own colorful culture consisting of several rituals and beliefs. The vibrant and unique cultures of South India entices many tourists from across the globe. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Lucia. Hello, everybody. I'm Nishita, and I would like to take you through the West Indian culture of India. India's diversity is truly impeccable, and the western part of India certainly follows up to this tradition. Be it the historical sites like the Gateway of India in Maharashtra, Sun Temple in Gujarat, or the Basilica of Bom Jesus in Goa, it is truly a treat to the eyes. The exquisite and the unique dance forms like Lavani and Garba never fail to impress the audience. However, the list doesn't end here. One cannot even think about leaving the Western India without trying the authentic food that will surely crave you for more. Since the western part of India is also known as coastal India, one cannot miss out the beautiful beaches and the mesmerizing sunsets that it has got to offer. And now I would like Harshit to proceed with the presentation.
From times ancient India, Northeast has been meeting points of many communities, faiths, and cultures.
Northeast is renowned for its beauty, crafts, and puzzling diversity. It comprises of 8 states: Arunachal Pradesh, Assam, Tripura, Nagaland, Mizoram, Meghalaya, and Sikkim. This portion is known as all over the world for its breathtaking natural beauty. Northeast is the home for more than 166 separate tribes speaking a wide range of languages and migrated groups over the centuries. The festivals and the celebration in the northeastern states of India are a colorful reflection of the people and their lives. Thank you.
Thank you, Rishabh. Termed as the land of blue hills and red river, Assam is the gateway to Northeast India, famous for its breathtaking tea gardens and the mystical Kamakya temple. Assam is also home to various ethnic tribes and groups, each having its own socio-cultural life, including its customs, religious beliefs, language, way of life, festivals that include Bihu, Baisakhu, Bishu, Medamafi, and many more. It is also home to the world-famous one-horned rhinoceros. Thank you.
Thank you, everyone. Due to constraint of time, we couldn't outforward the true cultural essence of India, which is a multilingual and multicultural nation. But I would fail on my part if I don't summarize our nation in a single sentence. That is, the land where unity lies in diversity. Dhanyavad.
I absolutely love that. It's way true. Lies in diversity. You know, I love the ending, and that was a beautiful presentation. Thank you once again for all your efforts. That was beautiful, guys. One more time for.
So next we have the SMK Muara Tuang School in Malaysia. Please, let's give them a warm round of applause.
Hello, hello everyone. Is my voice loud and clear? Yes, my name is Ilman and I'm from SMK Maratuang. And today, my friends and I are going to represent Sarawak, which is a state in Malaysia, in sharing our culture. So I'm going to pass it to my friend Samuel. He will continue the presentation.
Hello everyone, can you hear my voice? So my name is Samuel, and hi, Ani kabar semua, which means how are you in Bidayu language. So let's watch this video we have prepared for you about our culture.
Samuel?
Yes, pardon?
Can you stop your video? We're gonna give you a few minutes to go back because you need to enable the sound like we instructed before the session started and in our emails to the school. So the sound is not playing because you have not enabled it when you open the document, but that's no problem. We're gonna go to the next school and we'll come back to you. Can you liaise with your teacher in the background? Thank you so much. Over to our host.
So Samuel, we'll see you after the SM Saints Coaching School. I hope that you sort everything out. Okay, so moving on to the next school, situated in South Africa, we have our very own Gardens Commercial High School. And today we also have a lovely video for you to share. And I hope that you all enjoy. Please be comfortable and enjoy. Okay, so we're going to try to connect the video from another phone real quick because it doesn't want to connect on the laptop.
Okay, thank you. Let's go to the next school then. All right, while you sort your technical problems.
Then, well, I don't know what's happening today with the sharing of the screen. I really hope that we'll be able, all the schools that were not able to share the screens will be able to share the screen so that we can learn more about their culture. Then we have the SMK Sandland School in Malaysia. Please welcome them to the stage.
our share screen, yeah?
Hi, can you hear me?
Yes.
I'm sorry, but it seemed that I had trouble opening my camera. If it's no problem, can I just proceed with the introduction and explanation?
Yes. Certainly can.
My name is Muhammad Amir Amin bin Muhammad Azali. I and my group from SMK Sanglang. I and my group from SMK Perlis have made a video on the topic discussed today, which is what is your culture? With this video, we will tell a little bit about the traditional food from Malaysia, nasi lemak.
Okay, should I start now, Amirul?
Yes, please. Nasi lemak is commonly meat at Malaysia and all over the world. Nasi lemak is commonly served with anchovies, rice, and sambal as the basic ingredients, and also egg. But a different type of nasi lemak, which is had extra ingredient as chicken, clams, or squid. Sambal squid. Okay, Najla, can you continue with the explanation? now time for the serve. Okay, thank you. I hope you enjoyed that. I'm sorry for the inconvenience. Thanks again for giving me and my group opportunity to share my our country own cultures and traditional food. Thank you again.
Thank you, thank you, thank you. Wow. I think I deserve a plate as I look at that beautiful sunset because right now I am starving. Yummy, yummy, yummy. I hope it's not too spicy though because I don't want to cry, but I bet it tastes delicious. Woo!
That was beautiful. Thank you guys so much for sharing those beautiful dishes with us. You actually just made us a bit hungry, but it's okay. It's okay. We will give you. Moving on, we have the SMK Bandar Sunway School situated in Malaysia. We are excited for you guys. We are excited to hear your culture as well. So let's all give them a warm round of applause. Thank you.
Okay, selamat sejahtera semua. That is hi or hello in the Malay language. My name is Inta Muslimah. Hi, I'm from Malaysia, from SMK Bandar Sunway.
Hi, selamat sejahtera. My name is Atira. I'm from Malaysia.
Hi, my name is Maslina. I'm from Malaysia.
Hi, hello. My name is Haira Afina from Malaysia, and we'll be representing our presentation in a video. So I hope everyone will enjoy the video. Azlia.
Yeah, hi, my name is Nur Azia Shariza binti Abdul Muiz, and we are from SMK Bandar Sunway. Now let us take a tour in Malaysia. Welcome, or in the Malay language we say selamat datang.
Okay, you guys can see, this is my screen.
Yes, we can.
Yes, we can see.
Assalamualaikum and hi IB to everyone. We are from SMK Bandar Sunway and today we are going to share about the architecture of Malaysia. Our group members are Nur Maslina, Nur Azlia Shariza, Intan Muslimah, Nur Haira Afina, and me Atira Nabiha. To begin with, look at this gorgeous architecture. For your information, the Old Palace of Seri Menanti is one of the Malay architecture gems that still survive until today. Look at the peaceful environment. This is one of the reasons why this palace attracts many tourists to come here. In the first instance, this castle was built without the use of the single root of iron nails. The architecture demonstrates the identities of the representation of traditional Malay houses. As you can see, there were wood carving which were inspired from the Chinese architecture. It can be seen on the columns and a beam. It should be mentioned that the old palace of Seri Menanti have 99 pillars, including 4 center pillars, which is 170 feet in height as a one straight piece. Diamond wood is used as a roofing material. The eave acts as a repellent of hot light and a rain barrier so that window can still be opened in moderately heavy rain conditions. Moving on, there are a combination of long and pyramid design for the roof. The long roof used as a straight ridge that runs from one side to the other, while the roof of the pyramid used 4 ridge that slope to 4 corners. So, this design has a suitable gradient to allow the rainwater to flow perfectly.
This is the Sultan Abdul Samad Building. Sultan Abdul Samad Building located around the Jalan Raya in front of Dataran Merdeka, which is Independence Square, and around the Royal Selangor Club in Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. This building, designed by A.C. Norman. As you can see, we have scenery during the day and also scenery at night. Below the picture, we have Sultan Abdul Samad Building when 1897, and also beside the picture, we have this is now after the all renovation. The original name was simply Government Office, Kuala Lumpur. It was renamed in 1974 after Sultan Abdul Samad, who was the Sultan of Selangor at the time of construction. It was officially opened in 1897 by Federal Malay States Resident General Frans. The building's architectural style is described Mughal eclectic and features copper domes. For your information, the O'Clock Tower have 40-meter height. It has served as a government office and as a High Court and Supreme Court before, but now it has become a tourist spot. It's now converted into the office of the Ministry of Information, Communication and Culture. Here we have some pictures that I can show. When we go inside, we can see the grand eastern foyer, and also we can see the elegant colonnades walkway opens onto an inner courtyard. When you go outside, you can see stretching for 100 feet along Jalan Raja, and we have clock tower, and also a view inside of Sultan Abdul Samad Building's clock tower. Last but not least, we have Arthur Charles Alfred Norman, the person who designed our Sultan Abdul Samad Building.
Moving on, the traditional House of Malacca is really beautiful. The red and blue really complement each other. And I know everyone would be staring at the stairs like, wow, it's really beautiful, isn't it? So let's talk about the stairs. Back in the days, the stairs actually represents your social status. So, and the stairs was actually inspired from China. The tiles were imported from the Netherlands and Japan. And as you can see in the pictures, this is actually one of the few examples that the Dutch made. And as for the roofs, in the Malay traditional architecture, the roof is often high, but this specific House of Malacca has been topped off with some inspiration from Bugis, Jambi, Riau, and Minangkabau. The roof really represents the uniqueness of traditional Malay architecture. As you can see, the roof is really high and it's really beautiful, isn't it? It looks really royalty.
As you guys can see through the picture, in Malaysia there is a large and beautiful mosque. The one that I choose is National Mosque of Malaysia. National Mosque of Malaysia can be 15,000 people. It is located in the busy city of Kuala Lumpur. The design is clad with beautiful green and blue tiles. It was built as independence in 1965. This elegant mosque stands among the tall towers of Malaysia. The unique Islamic architecture symbolizes a contemporary design, giving it a more modern look. A few interesting features about National Mosque. First one is, the key features are 73-meter high minaret and a 16-pointed star concrete main roof. The umbrella synonymous, the tropic of featured conceptually.
Last but not least, we should take a look at the captivating Istana Budaya, or the Palace of Culture. Istana Budaya is Malaysia's national theatre and used for local and international music, dance and drama performances, including opera also rated as one of the world's top 10 most sophisticated theatres, on par with the Royal Albert Hall in London. The 210 million ringgit complex is spread across 54,400 square meters and was officially opened by former Prime Minister Tun Dr. Mahathir Mohamad. For the architecture of Istana Budaya, the main building takes the shape of the Siri Junjung, a traditional arrangement or a present made of bitter leaves used during Malay weddings and welcoming ceremonies. The inspiration for the design is the shape of flying wang bulan, a traditional Malay kite. The stair leading to the grand entrance resembles the stair of a traditional Malay house. The theatre lobby on the third floor extends the influence of Malay culture, taking the shape of rebana ubi or traditional drum. The interiors of Istana Budaya shows the use of Malay flower motifs on the interior ceiling. Lastly, the door is made out of high-quality tropical wood with featured hand-carved flower and leaf motifs. It was designed to be more grand and lavish, with incorporating symmetrical keris as its doorknob. The keris is a royal sovereign symbol.
That's all from us. We apologize for any mistakes. Thank you very much for listening, and bye-bye.
Stylish architecture in Malaysia, and it's very, very beautiful. And something came up in the comment section. Somebody asked a question whether the stairs, as you guys said, the stairs represents your social status. So they asked, if your stairs look bad, does that mean your social status is bad? And if your stairs look good, does that mean your social status is good? And you responded with a yes. So for anyone who did not know that, that is an interesting fact that we learned today. So thank you very much, guys. That was lovely. Thank you.
Thank you, and I hope when this pandemic has ended, everyone will come to Malaysia.
Oh, yes. Anne, could you please mute? Thank you very much, no problem. So due to technical issues with the sharing of the screen, I hope everybody is ready for those who didn't get to present. So now we will do Gardens Commercial High School here in South Africa. So please bear with us and do indicate if the screen is sharing so that we may know to go ahead.
Please let us know. Thank you. Just give us a few seconds to pop the video onto us.
Like to zoom and pause at times.
Sorry, we cannot see your video. So let's just give the next school a chance and you try your best to get it done. Okay? Thank you.
But moving on, we have the other school in Malaysia that didn't get a chance to present the AI item. So I hope they are ready now and don't have as much bad luck as we do. Let's keep going now towards the SM Stains Teaching School. I hope that you guys are ready. Please let us know. The SM Stains Teaching School. Are you ready?
Alright. Assalamualaikum. Nama kami Nur Khairunisa Nabila, and that is how you greet in Bahasa Melayu Sarawak.
Hai, selamat bumi tuduk soingan, adon okut fosina singai, okut sunbau. That is how you greet in my language, Bidaya.
Hai, tuduk soingan, adon okut desilianak pol. And that is also how you greet people in Bidayuh Bau.
Kopi sangan min sosodok ngaran oku Syed. That is how you greet people in Dusun.
Selamat min sosodok ngaranku Brandon. And that is how you greet people in Rumus language.
Hello everybody, once again, my name is Angelina. We are from Sekolah Menengah Sains Kuching, Sarawak, Malaysia. Today, we will be presenting about the Bornean part of Malaysia, Sabah, the land below the wind, and Sarawak, the land of the hornbills. So right now, I'm going to share a video about the Borneo island that we live in.
There we go. There is no sound. Did you enable the sound before you shared?
Wait.
So far, we've learned so much, from everybody. Cars in Philippines and food in Malaysia. And I'm so proud to see how people have prepared for the session. So well done. If you're ready, Shan, you can play.
Can you hear?
East Malaysia is home to many cultures and races. I, Angelina, and I'm half Bidayo and half Frans.
Hello everyone, I'm Faustina Singai and I'm a Bidayo from Bau.
Hi, my name is Desili and I'm also Bidayo Bau.
Greetings to everyone. My name is Brandon Ricky and my race is Rumus.
Hi, my name is Kairunisa and my race is Melayu Sarawak.
Hi, my name is Cheyenne. I'm mixed Bidayo, Iban, and Lucy.
Laksa Sarawak comes from the Malaysian state of Sarawak. Its uniqueness lies in the spice mixes. In addition to those spices, the basic ingredients are rice vermicelli, chicken, fried tofu, omelette, beet sprouts, shrimp, and musk. The broth is made from a mixture of sambal belacan, coconut milk, tamarind juice, garlic, galangal, and lemongrass. Ambuyat is a dish derived from the interior trunk of the sago palm. It is a starchy, blunt substance almost similar to tapioca starch.
28 ethnic groups that has been discovered in Sarawak, Malaysia. And they all speak different languages. The biggest ethnic group would be Iban. And that's why I'm here today to teach you how to speak Bahasa Iban. So when speaking Bahasa Iban, you don't say, how are you? Instead, you say, nama berita Nuan.
To say how are you in Bahasa Melayu Sarawak is, apa kabar kita?
Kopi Sanangan. That is what you usually greet people in Kadazan when you're in the beautiful state of Sabah.
This is how you greet each other in a Bidayo household. Hai Faustina, ani kabarmu?
Hai Desi, aku bagus saja.
Despite having differences in races and languages, we Malaysians don't run from the fact that we are connected by our beloved national language, Bahasa Melayu. Now, did you know that every part of Malaysia has their own dialects and accents of Bahasa Melayu itself? Since my mother is from Sabah and my father is from Sarawak, I need to learn both dialects and accent in order to fit in with the citizen of Sabah and Sarawak. So, today I'm going to teach you one phrase, which is, where are you going? If you want to speak Malay like a Sabahan, you say, kau mau pergi mana? And if you want to be like a Sarawakian, you can say, kita mau pergi sini. And in order to answer that, and also if you are planning to visit us anytime soon, if you're going to Sabah, you say, saya mau pergi Sabah. And if you're going to Sarawak, you say, kami mau pergi Sarawak.
Sabah and Sarawak are the two most multicultural states here in Malaysia. Here, we celebrate all sorts of festivals, just like Hari Gawai in Sarawak and Pesta Keamatan in Sabah. Gawai is celebrated at the 1st and 2nd day of June, and Pesta Keamatan is celebrated at the last day of May. Hari Gawai and Pesta Keamatan are celebrated for the bountiful harvest of paddy and for a more prosperous future. During these festivals, you are likely to hear the sound of the kulintangan and gong. This is the gong. The gong is played in both festivals. It is also played during rituals and when somebody passes away among the tribe. And here we have the kulintangan. The kulintangan almost looks like a smaller version of the gong, Both are made out of bronze. The kunintangan are arranged from the smallest to the largest. And if the sets are already complete, they are called a pasangan. And here we have the sompaton. The sompaton is also from Sabah. The men usually play the instruments while the ladies dance. For example, during Pesta Keamatan, the girls will dance the Sumazal dance using these traditional clothes.
For your information, Bau is a small town located approximately 1 hour away from Kuching, which is the capital city of Sarawak, Malaysia. The Bidayuh culture originally came from most mountains in Bau. That explains why there are a lot of mountains in Bau. One of the most famous mountains in Bau is Mount Singai, also known as CMPC, Catholic Memorial Pilgrimage Center. It is unique for it is a habitat for one of the world's largest flowers, which is the voodoo lily that blooms once in 3 to 5 years. So you should try visiting CMPC if you wish to have a look at this corpse-smelling flower. We also have other mountains like Bung Jagoy, Bung Bratak, and Bung Orad. They are called Bung because Bung means peak of mountain in Bidayuh. Bau is also popular for its two beautiful limestone caves, namely Fairy Cave and Wind Cave. Even though Fairy Cave is called Fairy Cave, there are sadly no fairies in the cave. Fairy Cave took its name from a stalagmite structure at the entrance that is said to resemble a Chinese deity. Wind Cave, on the other hand, really lived up to its name. It is named Wind Cave due to the constant cool breeze that blows throughout the cavern. If you're interested in exploring and rocky places, then these caves are a must-visit place for you. Another tourist attraction is the infamous and beautiful Tasik Biru, which means blue lake in Malay. This lake played an important role to make Bau known as the gold mining town. However, it is not a natural lake, but an open gold mining pod that got flooded in 1921 due to gold mining accidents. The greenish appearance of the lake now may ruin its beautiful name due to mold growth on the lake, but it still attracts tourists for its sight for sore-eye views and fun activities to do on the lake. From this video, you can conclude that Bau is a town surrounded by nature. If you're a nature lover, you must come and visit Bau one day and embrace the nature around you.
The pinnacle is a piece of handicraft made by the Rungus tribe of the North Borneo, and the pinnacle has 4 motifs. All these 4 are connected to each other, but according to legend, once upon a time, there was a hero called the Tinumudu. He was going back to his house after a long day of hunting, while carrying his shield, the Inombudi. But then, on his way home, he met a venomous beast, and that beast is what we refer to as the Tinugaram. And so, the Tinumudun used his shield to fight against the Tinugaram. Luckily, he managed to kill the Tinugaram. Unfortunately, he was bitten by one of the Tinugaram's bite. It was a very painful bite and a very venomous one. And so, he continued his journey to his home with great pain. But on his way home, he found a magical flower. And that flower is what we refer to as the Venus up. To his interest, he used the flower to treat the Tinugaram's bite. And that is how the story ends. From this story, it has been an inspiration for the Rungus in making handicraft motif in beads, thus perpetuating the legend Tinumudun beads on the necklace, which are often worn by men in Rungus. And for your information, this is how men in Rungus usually wear them. They will wear 2 and yeah, that is how you wear them. And I think that is all from my part. Thank you.
Konsiko Umadin Dikoyu Poin Sana.
Makse.
From the bottom of my room heart, thank you. Kamusapada.
Kotal Wadan and terima kasih.
Terima kasih.
reflection identity of the Badayoh community that often associated with hill paddy farming activities. It is appropriate for the life of this community, also known as the Land Dayak, who inhabit the land and run hill paddy farming. This study identified the Badayoh community identity through Langi Pingadap dance movement and also study the symbols used in the dance itself.
If you have any more questions, do not hesitate to ask me personally. Bye.
And that is all from us from SM Science Coaching. I hope you enjoyed it. And as the saying goes, Toko no sumuri to Sabah Sarau, which means in Rungus language, let's pay a visit to Sabah and Sarawak. Thank you.
I'm definitely a nature lover, so I do plan on visiting Palau, in the future, one day. That was beautiful, guys. Thank you so much.
So next up, and then we're going back to them because of technical issues. I really hope they're very ready because we are ready to hear what they have to say. So we have the Muara Tuang School in Malaysia. Woo! Can we please welcome them?
Okay, so can you guys hear my voice?
Yes, we can.
All right. Hi again, everyone. Once again, I'm truly sorry for the technical issues just now. Ani kabar. My name is Samuel, and I'm from Sarawak, Malaysia, which is a part of Malaysia located in Borneo Island. And I'm going to pass the mic to my friend Ilman. Go ahead, Ilman.
Yes, we can. Yeah. All good. We can hear the sound.
Greetings everyone, we are from SMK Moratuang, representing Sarawak, Malaysia.
Diverse. The simplest way to describe Sarawak is that Sarawak is ethnically diverse. Historically speaking, ethnic diversity has always been what makes Sarawak unique. People of different cultures, skin colors, belief, and traditions come together, emanating love, unity, and prosperity. Living in Sarawak means living in a land where respecting each other regardless of their race is an inevitable practice. In Sarawak, there are four main indigenous races: the Dayak, Malay, Melanau, and Orang Ulu. Chinese is also a predominant race in Sarawak, while Indians and Eurasians are considered to be minorities. In these four primary indigenous races, there are many more branches of smaller ethnics. A branch of the Dayaks, called the Sea Dayak, are what the Iban people are considered. And within the
All right, Samuel, which part of Sarawak are you from?
Kuching.
You're
I
from
stay in
Kuching.
Samarahan, but it's just like 15 minutes drive away from Kuching.
All right, and tell me which tribe are you from?
Bidayo.
You Bidayo. Okay,
Yes.
that's good. That's good. So, the school you go to, how diverse is there? Bidayo, Malay, Indians in that
I
school?
think we have all races in Malaysia there. We have all the natives of Sarawak, and we have those Malays, even Indian and Chinese. Yeah. All the races that you can find in Malaysia is in my school. And my
Oh,
school is actually
really
quite
interesting.
big. We have like around 3,000 students.
This is Ilman. Can you guys hear me now?
Yes. Yes, we can hear you,
Yes,
Ilman.
yes, we
Thank
can
you,
hear
Samuel.
you.
There was like, I kind of live in a forest, so things aren't that easy.
It's okay.
So let me try again. Can you please share me how to on the sound again, just for quick.
Okay. All right, I will share again. Okay, you need to open the video first. Okay, open the video first, and then when you look at the slide, You click the share screen, the green one below there. And then
Yes.
choose the window that you can see your video, number 2. And then number 3 on the left side, the small box show share sound. So you check that one, tick that one.
Yes.
Okay. And then you click share.
Okay.
Okay. All right.
Let's try one more time. Hopefully it's more. So can you see? Can you
Yes,
play
we
my
can.
screen?
Yep.
Yes, we can
So
see.
let's test your audio for a while before I play it. So can you hear the audio?
Yes, we can hear it.
Yes. So I'm going to mute now and let the video continue.
You cannot
Ilman,
mute.
you cannot mute. If you mute, we
You
cannot hear the sound.
Okay, I'll just leave it on. Thank you.
Greetings everyone, we are from SNK Mortuang representing Sarawak, Malaysia.
Diverse. The simplest way to describe Sarawak is that Sarawak is ethnically diverse. Historically speaking, ethnic diversity has always been what makes Sarawak unique. People of different cultures, skin colors, belief, and traditions come together, emanating love, unity, and prosperity. Living in Sarawak means living in a land where respecting each other regardless of their race is an inevitable practice. In Sarawak, there are 4 main indigenous races, the Dayak, Malay, Melanau, and Orang Ulu. Chinese is also a predominant race in Sarawak, while Indians and Eurasians are considered to be minorities. In these 4 primary indigenous races, there are many more branches of smaller ethnics. A branch of the Dayaks called the Sea Dayak are what the Iban people are considered, and within the Iban people, there are even smaller tribes, each tribe having a similar but somewhat different culture than the other tribes.
Today, we are going to look at 3 aspects of what makes the Dayaks, the Malays, the Melanau people, and the Orang Ulu different. Aspect 1. Celebrations. First of all, each of them have celebrations. Despite having different celebrations with very distinct traditions, all these celebrations are not, in any way, limited to those who share the same race. In fact, open houses that welcomes people of different race is a well-celebrated norm in Sarawak, where everyone, regardless their race, is welcome to the celebration.
We Malays mainly celebrate Islamic celebration like Hari Raya Aidil Fitri, celebrated after a month of fasting, and Hari Raya Aidil Adha to honor the willingness of Prophet Ibrahim to sacrifice his son Ismail as an act of obedience to God's command. Besides that, we have a very specific festive tradition when it comes to weddings, where a huge feast with gatherings up to 4,000 people.
Dayak. Moving on, we have the Dayaks, which consists of native races such as Iban and Bidayo, celebrate Hari Gawai on the 1st June every year. Gawai is a sacred ceremony where we offer our gratitude to God after a rice harvesting season is over. Preparation for Gawai includes the yearly preparation of tuak, rice wine, which is a must every year. Uha! Orang Ulu. Orang Ulu is a large ethnic consisting of races like Berawan, Kelabit, and Mirik, to name a few. They also celebrate the end of the harvesting season with traditional dances and prayer. Every branch of Orang Ulu has their own unique dance, like the Lun Bawangs, Basa Ukoy, and Alai Ngerang, warrior dance.
Melanaus. For the Melanaus, we celebrate a traditional festival called Kaul Melanau, usually in the 3rd week of April every year, to appease the spirits of the sea, land, forest, and farm, also to Thanksgiving for good fortune. However, most modern day Melanaus have turned to Islam and Christianity, leaving traditional and animistic celebrations behind.
For second aspect, food. When it comes to food, we have various kinds deriving from different ethnics. Every race has their own distinctive foods. As for the Malays, nasi lemak is well known for the trademark dish of Malaysia. Nasi lemak is a rice cooked in coconut milk and pandan leaf, with sambal, fried anchovies, boiled eggs, peanuts, and refreshing cucumber. In its simplest form, it is wrapped up in a banana leaf package. Nasi lemak is usually eaten for breakfast, but the actuality is that nasi lemak today is eaten every time. Not only for breakfast, it is for lunch or even for dinner. Moving on to Dayak. As we all know, Dayak consists of two native ethnics, which is Land Dayak, known as Bidayuh, and Sea Dayak, known as Ban. Pansong is a well-known dish for Dayak, where you can't find it in other places. Pansong is a food cooked in bamboo stem. The food, which is normally chicken or pork, is cut into small pieces, then marinated with salt and preferred spices. Then the chicken or pork, along with all its spices, is added into a bamboo stem and cooked by directly placing it on an open fire. The bamboo will surely give a special aroma and texture to the food. Besides pansong, we also always cook glutinous rice in the bamboo stem, known as lemang or pangkat.
The traditional food for orang Ulu is nubalaya. Nubalaya is steaming hot mashed rice worked in leaf, which is down with dip. It's normally served dry but also wet. Moist nubalaya is also preferred by many orang Ulus.
Next, we have Melanau. The food that best represents the Melanaus as fishermen is the umai. Umai is basically raw and finely sliced fish that is added into a mixture of sliced onions. The dish is then completed with a lot of chili for the spicy flavor and a reasonable amount of lemon juice to give it a tangy taste.
Moving on in aspect 3, traditional clothes. Traditional clothes are a form of expressing the identity of ethnics in Sarawak. Every piece, every accessory has their own meaning and the symbolism to send a rest. Traditional ensembles are usually used during ceremonial movement. Malays. For the guys, commonly use baju Melayu with something on the waist and a songkok on the head to top it off. For women, usually use baju kurung, a blouse with a long sleeve and extend to between the hips and knees. The blouse is accompanied by a sarong, a long skirt, and a scarf to cover their head.
Next, we have the Dayaks and Orang Ulu. The Dayaks is divided to two groups, which is Iban and Bidayuh. First, Iban. The Iban traditional costume for men is called baju burung. The traditional garment of the men is called kelabit, which is known as a short sleeve, vest, and sirat that decorated with elaborate motifs at the end of the fabric. Next, the traditional costume for Iban women is called baju ngupan. The costume have a woven skirt with a headdress, high corset, and silver belt, and accessorized with a stud earrings, silver bracelet necklace, leg bracelet, colorful chest adornment, and selampai. Lastly, we have Orang Ulu. Orang Ulu similar to the Dayaks, with several features like a headgear for the guys. The head has beaded panels, patchwork, and rosette. Accessories such as bracelet made of easy-to-find material, such as ivory, wood, silver, and brass.
Finally, we have the traditional clothes for the Melanau ethnic. For the men, we have something called a baban, which includes a fit-in black jacket cut tunic, completed with a sampin around the waist and a waistband and a headgear on the head. For the woman, we have something very similar, quite similar to the Malays baju kurung, with satin blouse in black, songket worn as a sarong, and chest decorations with an aesthetic headgear.
Evidently, the differences of the ethnics in Sarawak are numerous. We celebrate different celebrations, wear different clothes, and we patently look different. Even so, our differences
never get in the way in our daily life. Yes, we acknowledge them, but we don't use them as a way to determine who is superior and who is inferior. Instead, we employ them to bring us together. Yes, we may look differently and speak different tongues, but at the end of the day, we still breathe the same air. So let's not take into account what is irrelevant in life and see the world positively, casting negativity away, making the world a better place, a more united planet. Unity in diversity. That is the true meaning of Sarawak.
Terima kasih ngagai balik kita atau dah dengar ngamudak video kami. We are sorry again for any inconvenience. Sisi taja, cacing.
Wow, videos really just made us forget that we had any inconveniences. I mean, the style, the details, and it's so beautiful to see how diverse yet united you guys are. It's amazing. I love the presentation, and thank you for sharing that with us and just inciting us in something new. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much. And as you know, we are all learning here today. And to the person that actually showed us how to share our screen, I'd like to thank you times 100, because now Gordon's commercial can finally also present their video. I hope that you guys are still okay. You can comment down below how you're doing, what is standing out for you, what has been your highlights thus far. So now the next school we have our very own Gordon's Commercial High School, and this school is situated in South Africa. We have a video to present, and I hope that you guys are ready and excited for us. Thank you.
South Africa is a culturally and ethnically diverse country, and as a result, it's famously referred to as the Rainbow Nation. There are also many languages and religions. Over 60 million people live in South Africa, and the majority of them originate from African indigenous tribes like the Zulu and Xhosa tribes. Other ethnicities include Coloureds, who have the highest mixed ancestry in the world, Europeans, who are mostly Afrikaners from Dutch descent, and Indians or Asians. There are 11 official languages. isiZulu, isiXhosa, Afrikaans, and English are the most commonly spoken languages. There are also many religions in South Africa. Most people are Christian, but Islam, Hinduism, Judaism, and African traditional religion are also practiced. South African culture is rooted in its history. Before the 1600s, South Africa was occupied by various Bantu-speaking groups, including Khoisan, Xhosa, and Zulu tribes. In 1652, the Dutch established the Cape Colony. Slaves arrived from Malaysia and other Far East countries. In 1806, the British colonized South Africa, and by the 1860s, they brought slaves from India. From 1948 to 1994, South Africa experienced the apartheid era, characterized by white domination. This era ended in 1994 with the start of democracy. Sport is important, and although there are many different kinds of sport like tennis, indigenous games, hockey, and golf, the three most important sports are rugby, football, and cricket, a reflection of the country's British colonial influence. Music, art, dance, and fashion are also important in South African culture. Music forms like gqom, kwaito, house, gquma, marabi, and jazz have a uniquely South African flavor. Traditional dancing is popular at festivals like weddings. Other popular dance forms include gumboot dancing, kwaito, gqom, hip-hop, and jazz. Art includes such media as sculpture, painting, pottery, rock art, textiles, masks, and jewelry. People often wear traditional dress, especially on special days. However, American culture has become quite a huge part of fashion in South Africa. There are many special days that are celebrated in South Africa, but Human Rights Day, Youth Day, Freedom Day, Women's Day, and Heritage Day are perhaps the most special. South Africans love food. Here are some examples of the most popular traditional foods.
The First Nation of South Africa, the Khoisan, defeated Portuguese colonizers on the 1st of March in 1510 at the Battle of Salt River in Cape Town.
Unfortunately, about 150 years later, the Dutch were able to colonize the Cape. It was from marriages between these earlier settlers and the indigenous people that the Cape Coloured community was born. Cape Coloured are an ethnic group of mixed race people. We have ancestors from the European whites, African, Asian, and indigenous Khoisan people. Many coloured speak English, Afrikaans, and a combination of English and Afrikaans is called Afrikaans.
The Cape Malay or Muslims were originally slaves who were brought to the Cape to work as slaves for the Dutch. They arrived from the Far East and Southeast Asia. Their traditions and cultures have their roots in these Eastern cultures. From food to religious practices, social and community gatherings, Muslims have a very distinct culture. The Cape Christian community. Like the Muslim community, the Christian community is the product of mixing of several groups of over many years. One of the original denominations was the Dutch Reformed Church, but over the centuries, the Christian coloured community embraced other religious denominations, normally those of their ancestors who originated in Europe.
The Christian coloured culture is similar to the Christian white culture, which is similar to the European and British culture in many terms of cuisine, festivities, religious and social gatherings.
Some African cultures also practice Christianity.
Indian Muslim culture. The first group of Indian Muslims arrived in South Africa with a wave of immigration by indentured labourers from South India in the 1860s. These labourers were brought to South Africa by the British. In this culture, they celebrate two main festivals known as Eid al-Fitr and Eid al-Adha. On Eid, it is a tradition to have home-cooked biryani and sheer kurma, which is a festival with misali pudding. The pre-marital rituals in this culture are a turmeric ceremony where the bride and groom are smeared with a paste of turmeric and sandalwood and rose water at their respective homes. The mehndi ceremony, which takes place on the eve of the wedding day, where special artists apply designs to the henna cone on the bride's hand and feet, which leaves a dark red color for several weeks. At the nikah or wedding ceremony, there is a veil between the bride and groom, and the acceptance of the bride and groom for the marriage takes place, which is witnessed by the qazi or priest and the bride's wali, preferably the bride's father. Lastly, there is a reception known as the walima, organized by the groom's family. Whenever I would visit the village Rajwari in India around December, there would be a festival known as Urus. The festival takes place annually to commemorate the death anniversary of Saint Muinuddin Chishti. At the Urus festival, there would be a carnival and a form of Islamic devotional singing known as Qawwali.
Indian South Africans are predominantly Hindu, but Muslims, Christians and Sikhs also came to South Africa from India from as early as 1860. The diverse Indian population in South Africa is concentrated in KwaZulu-Natal's largest city, Durban, which has the most substantial Indian population in sub-Saharan Africa. South African Indians are known for their flavorful cuisine, such as spicy curries, chutneys, pastries, and other savory foods. They are also known for their beautiful traditional clothing worn on special occasions such as weddings, religious days, and social gatherings. Their music and dance also play an important role as part of celebrations. Although some traditional customs are no longer as normalized as it once was, such as arranged marriages, South African Indians have remained true to their Indian heritage.
The isiXhosa culture has many tribes and clans. As a language, it is the second most spoken home language. The isiXhosa people emerged from the Zulu people, but till date, modernization has not affected their traditions. From birth, they have cultural practices to familiarize themselves in their clans and with their ancestors, starting with imbeleko, which is an introduction to isiXhosa babies and their ancestors. At about the age of 18, isiXhosa males go to the mountains with their mentors for an initiation from inkwenkwe to indoda, which is from a boy to a man. Marriage is highly valued and it is viewed as a blessing from God. The process begins when a man chooses a woman he is interested in. He then informs his male relatives and they go to the intended bride's house and start lobola negotiations, which is bride price and is usually paid in cattle. Once they come to an agreement, they have umqombothi, which is traditional beers, and the wedding commences with lots of food and celebrations. Although isiXhosa is prominent in Cape Town, there are many other African cultures in South Africa. For example, Zulu, Sotho, Ndebele, Swati, and many, many more. There are also other African cultures as people have moved from other countries in Africa.
I hope you guys enjoyed that.
Well, I don't know about you, but I have definitely learned many things after today's session. We have learned and have been exposed to many different cultures, and we have even learned a few words. I will practice on my accent and practice on my pronunciation, as well as just, explore the world and maybe one day, hopefully, meet some of you to maybe put on a dress and have that delicious food, the spicy ones. Ooh, I crave. But thank you to everybody who has been here, who has watched us and who has joined us.
So I know I am definitely much more wiser than I was before, with all the knowledge of different cultures celebrated from all around the world that was shared with us right here today. And from our side, as my co-host said, it's Nkulu. Thank you so much to everybody who put an effort into making this seminar a success, and to everybody who also helped share beautiful and interesting information that we never knew before. We really enjoyed it, and I hope that you guys don't forget to share any interesting information that you learned today with your family and friends. And also, please feel free to comment down below anything that stood out to you, like any highlights that stood out to you during the seminar. We are almost through with the show. We'd like to say bye and thank you from our side, and we now hand over to Jasmine. Thank you.
Thank you, girls. Thanks to our host. Thank you to our schools. I would like to actually just say this was amazing. If you agree, give them a shout out by giving a reaction, clap your hands on screen, raise your hand or anything. Just say thank you. We're just so thankful. You had the opportunity to share today what your culture is, and I know everyone in the secondary schools and primary schools, they are so aware of the Sustainable Development Goals. And today you have laid a foundation by showing that you are willing to share your culture, respect and listen to that of others, So you really laid a good foundation, because I know you are all passionate about achieving or working towards achieving the Sustainable Development Goals in 2030. So yes, we'll be back with more sharing. Before we go, we have a few principals from around the world in our midst today. Ms. Balasashing, would you like to say something just to address our students? And thank you so much for coming.
Thank you so much, Jasmine. Namaste to everyone, and good afternoon, good evening, good afternoon for wherever you are. And it has been a wow presentation today. I have just one word that comes to my mind today attending this session is we have a Sanskrit word in India, and that goes by the term Vasudevaya Kutumbakam, which means this world is my brotherhood. And today's session, so first and foremost, I am extremely honored to have been invited to learn about the cultures presented today, the countries information, and I'm like one of you said over here, I'm going back much wiser and more informed about the different countries and the cultures presented, countries information presented here. So the Vasudevaya Kutumba comes very natural to today's session because we have connected through today's event, and it's an amazing work that LEAPED is doing. Thank you so much, Jasmine, for organizing these sessions. And COVID-19, the challenges presented by COVID-19, this particular event shows that those challenges have been converted into opportunities to connect with each other, have a cultural exchange, and also make friends. And that is exactly what the world requires. We need a lot of love. We need a lot of understanding. We need tolerance. We need faith, and we need hope. And events like such bring hope to us, bring hope to the world, bring hope to the education fraternity. And most important, it brings hope to the youngsters, you guys who are the future leaders of tomorrow. On you, we rely our hope, we pose our hope, because you will be the ones who will be leading us, taking care of us when we are in our old age, and looking after our planet, looking after our Mother Earth. So once again, a big round of applause to all of you, and my heartfelt thanks to LEAPED and Jasmine for conducting this event, for organizing it, and for inviting us to further session to learn about each other. And I look forward that in the coming months or days, my school will also be able to present about our country here. I'm from India, but I'm working in UAE. So this is going to be a dual combination of India and the other nationalities that we have in our school, and presenting UAE as well. So thanks again, and good work, boys and girls. Amazing, amazing. Right from the MCs who've conducted the event so well, to the presenters who brought in so much information, and so proudly, some of you are sitting in your cultural dresses, and this is again beautiful to look at. Thank you so much. Thank you, Jasmine. I have a play button. I don't have a pause button, so I'll continue till the time you show me that enough, because it's been so energizing and it's been so lovely to see the presentations today.
Yeah, I know you're excited.
Thank
Thank you so much, Abalisha, for that. And also thank you for acknowledging the organization for arranging this, but I also want to acknowledge the people who helped me with this. And Shikan and Aisha, if you can just show your faces on screen and let's give them a round of applause. They're the people behind the scenes with the tech and all of that. And Shikan was the one who gave that great explanation about how to enable your sound. Thank you. We also have in the house Mr. Dylan Tommy. He's the principal of Gardens Commercial High. Welcome, Mr. Tommy, and congratulations on your host, your two students. Excellent hosting today. Would you like to say something for a sentence or two?
Shortly, firstly, yeah, I'm extremely proud of our host. So well done to Iman and to Esther. And then I think to everyone who presented today, there were excellent presentations, and it's so great to see young people been able to share their cultures and express themselves. And I think that's important, especially as an educator or school principal. And I think, again, thank you to you, Jasmane, for involving our school in this program and getting us involved. I think the learners are learning a lot, and it's created some excitement at our school. So thank you to all the backroom staff. There's always people behind the scenes that make the technical things work and all that. So thank you to everyone, the learners, the teachers, and everyone that contributed to this. At our school, personally, I want to thank Ms. Chavda. She's the driver behind this program, and she's the one that put in the hard work and the long hours to get the presentation to where it was from our school. So thank you to her as well. And then just to end off, I think I want to introduce everyone to a South African word. It's called Ubuntu, which is a Zulu phrase or part of a Zulu phrase. And literally it means I'm a person through other people. So I think it's important that young people get to share and become part of the bigger humanity and the bigger, grouping, so that people learn to care and respect for each other. And that's one of our core values at our school, is that respect and a sense of caring is important, and we want to instill that in all our learners. And I think that's important, that if the world can, live that Ubuntu theme where we care about each other and we look after each other, and we're only a person and human through what we do for others. And so, I'm glad to share that as also as part of our South African culture. We don't always get it right, but it's something that we continue to strive to, to share Ubuntu with everyone that we come across. So thank you again for making us part of the program, and well done to everyone.
Thank you so much. Without any further ado, we are going to hand over to one of our executive directors, Ms. Nina Atlandisny, and you can ask a question about her surname, and she will do a closing note for us.
I don't want to disappoint you, but I'm not related to Walt Disney, and I can't get free tickets to Disneyland. Okay, I won't keep you very long, because I know many of you are hungry now, especially after watching all those videos of delicious food. I just wanted to say, let's give everyone another huge round of applause. You all did an amazing job. Unfortunately, in Malaysia, we're still in lockdown. So I feel as if I've had a whirlwind tour, that I've been to India and Philippines and South Africa, even though I've been stuck in my house for the best part of the past 3 months. So well done. It really was wonderful sharing. Clearly, you've put in so much hard work, and that really showed. And you're wonderful ambassadors for your countries, right? You could sense the pride, right, when you were presenting. And I really also admire your resilience, yeah, because there were some technical issues, but you didn't let that, get in the way. You carried on. So that was really, really good. And obviously, as everyone has said, we have learned so much. We have learned so much. And I think part of what we have learned is that we are more alike than we are different. And I think, like the Sarawak group kept saying, unity in diversity. So that's not just in Sabah and Sarawak, but that should be the motto for our world, unity and diversity. And, we learned today that we have so much in common, back to even our colonial influences, yeah, with the Dutch, Philippines had Spanish, Japanese occupation, Malaysia and Philippines. We know that there are Malays in South Africa. Yes, I know in Afrikaans the word the word for banana is pisang. Am I right? Pisang is the word in Malay. So obviously there's that cross cultural and we all our languages and our hearts are connected. Yeah, so well done. Let's keep this up. And I must say well done, especially to our fabulous MCs from South Africa. You did a great job, and I'm really looking forward to the next one.
Yes, and thank you, Nina. There's a quote, Ilman says, Miss Nina Aslan is so festive. I agree with you, Ilman. And we also want to say thanks to Afrin. She was a speaker at one of our global webinar events. Welcome back, and we hope to see you and your students here next time.
Definitely.
We are looking for another school to host next time. We don't have more time. We'll be sending emails to your teachers, but have a think about it. Who would like to host next time? Right? Who will be the hosting school next time? It will be announced, right? It will be announced, and your teachers will share with you. I don't think we can keep you any longer. Good night. Goeienacht. Bye-bye. Thank you.